In this video, I want to talk about staying with pain points in therapy. Let's get into that. Hello and welcome to Therapy Business School. My name is James Taylor. I'm an online counsellor, a hypnotherapist, a life coach, hypnotherapy supervisor. I'm also a podcaster, an author and a YouTuber. Now in this video, it's all about staying with the pain points for your client. Okay, and I'll explain what pain points are the more we get into this video. But first of all, let's create a scenario to put some detail on this. Let's say you've got a client and that client is suffering stress and anxiety in their relationship, for the sake of argument. Okay, so we've got this imaginary client. Now the stress and the anxiety are the weeds, but what's behind that? What are the roots of those things? Okay, now when you're working with a client in this way, actively go for the pain points, the things behind the most obvious symptoms or behaviors. So it might be a case of saying things like, when you talk about the stress and the anxiety in your relationship, what's that like for you? And go quiet. Go quiet to give them the space to hear the question, to figure out, identify the feelings, what they're feeling, articulate it in the mind, and then say it back to you. Okay? Now, whatever it is they say, and I don't say that dismissively, it's just for the sake of this example, whatever they say, go deeper with the questions. So let's say, for instance, they say something like, well, you know, I'm always uncomfortable, I feel inadequate, I feel whatever it might be. And that inadequacy feeling that you're talking about, what's that like? In what way do you feel inadequate? And go quiet. Now, the more they say, the more rabbit holes appear. And you can then choose to ask certain questions about certain rabbit holes. Now, the idea behind this is that not only is the client able to say the unsaid, they might also realize something that they didn't realize before. So they may hear themselves say something, and you might echo and summarize, and I've done another video on that, I'll put a link for it up here. But they may say something, and you may, so it's like that then. Go quiet, let them think. Now they may come back with something like, actually, do you know, that is it. That is the thing that's bothering me. And even then, stay with the pain points. How long has it been like this for? What other impact is it having on you? What impact is it having on those around you? These are all pain points. And if you can, and if you're comfortable with doing so, stay with the pain points for as long as you can. Really exhaust what it's really like, because not only does it help you understand as the therapist, but it also helps the client get a clearer understanding of what they're really thinking and what they're really feeling and how it's impacting on their behavior. Okay? Then, when you've exhausted that, and this is fantastic for consultations, by the way, when you've exhausted that, then switch it round to a pleasure point. What would it be like if that thing wasn't there for you anymore? What would that be like? And go quiet. And watch what the client does. So does the client start to smile? Does the client start to have another emotion? Are they thinking? Don't interrupt that process. When you've asked a question like that, what would it be like for you if this wasn't there for you anymore? And see what they say. Now, using this fictitious scenario of this client who is suffering stress and anxiety, they might say something like, well, I probably have a better relationship actually. Okay, and what else? Now they're going to present another load of rabbit holes that you can potentially go down for their pleasure points. And really delve with these things as well. Really let the client have the space to say what they're really thinking, because they may not have this space to talk this way anywhere else in their life. So we're talking about the pain and the rabbit holes there, and we're talking about the pleasure and the rabbit holes there. Now the idea behind this is that these might be in very different locations, the pain and the pleasure. They might be in very different continents, the pain and the pleasure. But the idea is that with the therapy, you start to build a bridge between point A and point B, or more accurately, you and the client start to build the bridge between point A and point B. Does that make sense? Now, when this is done, of course, it takes time to construct the bridge. It's not done overnight. Now, it might be worth explaining this to a client in very simple terms. This is going to take some time to construct this bridge. But as long as we turn up, notice the we, not as long as you turn up, or as long as I turn up. It's about sharing the journey. So as long as we turn up, and we do the best we can, and we try and figure this out, if we do that, I'm pretty sure the bridge is going to be built. And you'll have some answers that you don't presently have. And you'll probably have some knowledge that you don't presently have. Or you could even turn that into a we scenario as well. We'll have some knowledge that we don't presently have. This we, this collaboration, and that can really make a difference. Now, I collaborate a lot with other people, not just clients, but in my own business as well. There's an old saying that no man is an island. Well, this collaboration is a good idea. The sharing the load, it really helps. So if you're sitting with a client and you're there supporting them with their pain, and you're getting an idea of this, and then you're supporting them with the pleasure, and together you're both building this bridge across the top, not only is the bridge going to be built, but so is the rapport, so is the confidence with each other and in each other. And the success is more likely to happen because of the collaboration. All right? So stay with the pain points. The pain points might seem like pitfalls, but really there's diamonds in there. There's diamonds that can help you identify potential pleasure points and also help the client hear them as well. If you've liked this video, please give it the like, the share, and don't forget that subscribe as well. You can click the bell and be notified of every new upload. Also as well, I've just started a new Facebook group, and the link for that is going to be in the description. It's going to be a closed Facebook group, and it's just for therapists and those in the wellbeing space only. All right. So if you like the sound of that and getting more of a community going, instead of just looking at a screen and it's just me, get more of a community. So it's like an us, which I'm a big fan of. The link is going to be down below. So I'll see you on the next episode of Therapy Business School. Bye bye.